Dr. Bouvier with Dr. and You, and you've come to this video because you want to learn a little bit more about why your hospital and hospital system really isn't working for me as an independent physician, and probably about, I don't know, 400 other physicians throughout Michigan. So, little story. Grew up in Goodrich. Ascension Health, St. Joe's Hospital at that time, was directly responsible for me to understand science. I was involved in the science fair as a kid in high school and junior high, and because of St. Joe's and the pathology department, I was able to acquire tens of thousands of grants and stuff so I could get through school and medical school. So St. Joe's system, Ascension Health, is near and dear to my heart, and I have an emotional tie there. However, when they come to me as Reverence Home Health Care, and they ask me to utilize them as a home health care agency, I would love to. I would love to be able to tie in to them, but except for one problem, probably multiple problems. And it's because they don't show up when my patients need it. They don't, do starts of care 24/7 or when they need to. It seems to be a cumbersome situation. We can't seem to get the communication thing tied in. It's like they're living in 1970 versus 2017. I'll give you an example of that. An example would be where I made a referral to St. Joe's up in Tawas. I had a patient up there that had lung problems. He had a collapsed lung. He's quadriplegic, and he's got a partially collapsed lung on this side. And we sent him to the ER, instructed the ER on how to get rid of the mucus plugs, get rid of the junk there. And I called, while they were in the ER, I called the home health care agency. The on-call nurse said, yes, I'll have somebody there. I'll have the physical therapist there. We'll have the nebulizer there at bedside by Monday, and he's going to be taken care of. 7 days later, I come back to Tawas, and Reverence Home Health Care is not there yet. Okay, this is an example at Tawas, but it's even worse in Flint, Michigan. And we get the same problem in St. John's down in Detroit and Providence down in Detroit. So to me, it's an Ascension healthcare problem throughout. And I can give you numerous examples of how their starts of care are bogged down by bureaucratic constipation is the only thing I can call it. And I can give you an example of that. Whenever I had a congestive heart failure patient 2 weeks ago, discharged from the hospital. I asked the discharge doctor to give me a call, and he called me. I called the on-call nurse for this other home health care company. He said, can you go see this patient? They have congestive heart failure. We're tracking daily weights. We're giving them a shot of Bumex, which is a diuretic, once a day for the next 3 days. Can you handle that? And she said, yeah, no problem. We'll catch up with the stuff. Here's the order. Here's the stuff. Let's get started. And they had no problem getting the intake done, getting the process done on their side. And we had the patient taken care of. The nurse met the patient at the home, and boom, boom, everything was done. It was done efficiently. And we encouraged the most important thing in healthcare today and healthcare reform, which is empower the patient-doctor relationship. Okay, I understand there's rules and regulations out there for home healthcare agencies, and that 90% of what you do as a home healthcare agency is so you can get paid. All the activity, all the stuff that you do, and I understand that. But if we don't make that 10% very efficient and using technology the way it was intended, U.T.I, using technology the way it was intended, then it doesn't work. And I can give you numerous examples of that. I consult all sorts of people all over the country and explain to them how they can tie in using technology to make things more efficient for patients. So, Ascension Health, I have a challenge for you. Make this a better deal, make it work, and start listening to the people who are there on the front lines in sales, the front lines in nursing, front lines in PT, OT, and speech, and medical social work especially, and listen to them. And then listen to people like myself who are independent doctors who are getting the job done with other home health care agencies. You can do the same. Again, this is Dr. Robert Bouvier imploring Ascension Health to do the right thing and get the job done right. Have a great day.